And just a follow-up, if I may, there's a significant timeline gap in between the first response in Portapique at 10:26 in the morning and the next pins that we have the next morning at 9:35 on those maps. Can you fill in the blanks a little bit between that significant timeline gap? What happened overnight?
Yeah, what I can tell you is that the critical incident program was fully, obviously, engaged at that time. And all of the officers involved in that initial response within the Portapique area, they were containing that area. They were also checking for residents, and we were removing residents from the scene. We were building up information on any possible suspect. And of course, we have to be alive to the reality that there could be more than one. So all that was happening in the background. And, I can sure that everyone can imagine what that scene would have looked like. Multiple victims, multiple structure fires. We were containing that area, and we were checking for any survivors. We were still checking for any witnesses. We were looking for the suspect. We were engaged in all of those. So that was fully active in that area at the time. And of course, as you mentioned, there's this significant gap in time before we have another series of events. Now, obviously, and I don't like to make assumptions, but the suspect had obviously moved beyond the perimeter. Our investigation is ongoing, and we've uncovered some information to suggest that there was a vehicle, and this was much after the fact, that was seen leaving through a field, driving through a field. At this point, we are assuming, and I don't like to assume, but we are assuming that could very well have been the suspect that was leaving the area, but that information, as I understand it, was not known at the time. And then what the suspect did during that period of time before the second cluster of incidents, we do not know at this point. But that's why we are appealing to the public, because somebody may know something. Somebody may have seen something, and we're collecting all the evidence and video along the way in order to retrace the steps.